general is fairy tale, so we try to stylize it and take it away from reality. But
right. I'll open it to the audience. Questions?
Go London.
Come on. There you go.
I just like the randomness of having this idea of women being born with moustaches and shoes falling from the sky, and there were some very sort of surreal elements to the film. And you spoke about your screenwriter earlier on. Where did those sort of ideas come from? Because they're very off the wall, but that's what sort of intrigued me about the movie.
Because I'm from Serbia, there is a usual expression like be aware of the man without beard or moustaches, and also be aware of the woman with moustaches. So this is so it should be some kind of witchcraft in it. And when you go more towards south, you have more hormones as well in women. So sometimes our grandmas were mustached,
But the thing is that this is also inspired by some Balkan myths and fairy tales, so we try to put
Definitely. We had the same question about 5 years ago. It was a movie, Croatian movie, What's a Man Without a Mustache? And it was the same question, and the director had the same answer, basically. On Balkans, man's without mustaches problem, and with women with mustaches problem. So,
There's a documentary in there.
Yeah, Bill.
I just want to say the film was beautifully shot. The cinematography was great. How difficult was it? Because some of the lighting in the villages, I mean, it was beautifully lit I'm going to say an old Hollywood movie, only because new Hollywood movies tend to be handheld, shaky camera stuff. How difficult was it to shoot some of the large night scenes, like the graveyard scene was beautiful?
For us, it was it's some kind of advertising for Red One and new chip, Mysterium X, yes. And it really helped for some mass scenes in the night. But I think all the respect should be also paid to art direction. We were carefully choosing the villages which were actually around the Belgrade, and sometimes even public transport was going to this parallel reality. So it's we try to stylize, to find something which is from archetyme, from old times, something really deep and surreal in us, which still stays and remains, like this grandmas, mustached women, this paganism, which is very often connected to Orthodox religion, because Orthodox religion was never so
didn't break through. The paganism still stayed. I come from Greece. It's the same thing there, and people still till today believe in witchcraft,
bad eyes, and so on. And this kind of genre is somehow with the comedy, it's associated in a right way, because usually in Anglo-Saxon culture you have evil, which is like absolute evil or something like this, and in Orthodox culture usually evil can go something from the nature. For instance, always they were telling that the devil sits in the mills, in the water mills and such kind of things. So it was always connected to the nature and to these powers of nature. So that's why it was a bit witchy, but also good in some way. Not the usual stuff, evil against the good, till the bloody end.
Yeah, evil lives in Balkan villages.
Actually.
Just wanted to say, fantastic movie. I come from Serbia and kind of can connect and understand exactly the superstition and everything that comes
Your
from.
grandma was mustached,
I really enjoyed it. It was very good, fantastic.
Fabulous film. One thing that made it was the quirkiness of the village people. They all had such character in not just what they spoke, but their faces, and they were so into it. Was that something that you particularly looked for in the casting, or did you know the group pretty well from other projects?
These are actually very famous actors.
Yes.
From Serbia. So when we were
Tell them a story about Mirjana.
Mirjana Karanovic. She has 2 Palme d'Ors with Kusturica and one golden bear with the Grbavica film.
This is the mother who is hunting her.
This is mother with a gun. Yes, she's so famous actress. Yes, and also other actors are very
known, like the older policeman or the ruler of the village, the old guy. We had also in mind a bit of this, let's say, French approach on a comedy. So maybe these actors are a bit like more grotesque than, so we kind of wanted this, so we pushed them to this. I hope you like
there was one, but there is one big pity. They are too good preserved. They have all the teeth. They take care of themselves. They look young. Actually, there was a job that I'm somehow still missing a bit. That they should be even look more wild. Yes, because it still is a story.
Anybody else? Yeah.
I just wonder, how long did it take you to assemble all the funds and to make the film? I know you said it took a long time from the first idea.
Three years to put the funding, and we gave back funding for Germany because we couldn't be in deadlines of them, because everything is functioning in Germany. In our countries, we shoot the movie, and then we are searching for additional support. So it was like 3 years for really funding.
Yeah, and it is I have to say it's an actual co-production because, for instance, in Poland we did the color grading and the transfer to 35 millimeters. In Greece we did the sound design and the music score. And
we have to pay tribute also to London because two of the guys of the sound design are Greeks from London who came back now to Greece. And also copies which you couldn't see because this is digital copy, but actual copies on 35 meters were made in Technicolor. We were so happy to see it in real.
They are brilliant, yes.
Yes, and to the guys of Technicolor, yeah.
Film looks much better now on the big screen. I've seen it on the smaller, and it's one of those things. Yeah. Sorry.
Can I ask about the music? Is it possible to find it somewhere? Because I really enjoyed the mixing of the Balkan sounds with a bit of rock in the end.
Well, we would like to issue a CD. Yes.
Yes. If you have some idea who would do it, please, yes. I'm telling this because usually soundtracks are very rarely issued in our countries. They are not selling much, and there is a lot of spread piracy about this. So maybe he should simply. It's a Greek composer, Dimitris Frizelas, and I think he should maybe issue this either in France or in England. And if anybody knows, I think it's worth.
Has a proposal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's me again. Just to think, was there a particular scene that you were most proud of? Is there a real moment that you think captures the film?
Particular scene.
Is there a moment where, as a makers of a movie, that you're most happy with? Maybe one thing that comes to mind for me was the special effects for when he was playing the guitar, and it was quite an interesting scene. It was very different, very comical, but it had a lot of not tension, but there was something happening. You sense it, and it come from.
Well, I can say I personally like this spooky beginning when she's walking through the village, and I do love, because I'm a lady, the scene in the cave when they're about to kiss and all this sentiment which is there. What about you?
I like whole night in a village. Whole this attack on station. It's.
He's a Serb, so he likes the
guns, violence. Yeah.
Yes, and I like the small scene at which.
Yeah.
And in witch's house. Yes.
I got a signal. One last question from my point of view is what's next for you guys? I mean, any project on the horizon or?
We have a lot of ideas, but this film is giving us a hard time. We don't have, so much work around it because we also directors but also producers. So we just need a break to start writing something new, but there will be something. And certainly not Zoritsa. There will not be a sequel, you know.
We don't know, you never know. It's true, but the film really starts,
it finishes like, could be something, like...
But it starts this festival life, so it's going to be... I'm interested in some kind of horror, but not really horror in a genre way, but more like a social metaphor on situation, on society in Serbia and so on. So some kind of horror, grotesque, something like this. Let's see.
For the end, this is we are in a smaller screen at the moment, but this was a sold-out performance. So please, if you liked it, say nice things. There is a repeat screening for Zoritsa. There was actually one seat empty, probably reserved for Zoritsa here, or jinxed.
For my grandma, I think.
Yeah. While I have all these people here, I would just like to thank you very much, and 3 more movies that, if you can, if you are still standing, are nominated. Best first feature from Montenegro, from ex-Yugoslavia, called The Ascent, which is a total horror movie. Tomorrow morning there is a vegetarian cannibal. It's not for females. It's definitely a very controversial movie, and it's shortlisted as well for a Best International. And on the last day you have From Tuesday to Tuesday, which is an Argentinian movie. Thank you very much. Radoslav and Christina are here.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.